All right, first off, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. That's all honor and glory to the Most High God, through His Son, who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ. Right? We're back at it again with another Shabbat service. Right? This one is entitled "Refusing Instruction and Reproof Equals Death," and because in these last days, a lot of people got to understand, right, that the reproof that the Lord is sending forth via men is literally the word, is literally the Lord reproving you, man. And if you don't take heed to the reproof and the instruction that the Lord has set up his men in order to reprove you, then you're literally going to be put to death, right? So let me get this open. Let me get these opening precepts, man. All right, let me get the book of Daniel. Actually, precept in the book of Daniel. All right, it's the book of Daniel, chapter 9, right, verse 10, and it reads, "Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Most High, our power, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets." Right? So it's saying the voice of the Most High God is the servants, the prophets, man. So the men that the Lord set up is literally the voice of the Lord. The men that the Lord speaks to is literally his voice. So when the Lord literally sets men before you and instructs you on things, on a way to go, how you should move, right? That's literally the Most High God instructing you, man. So when you turn your back on the Most High God, on the men that are instructing you, you're turning your back on the Lord. You're not just turning your back on those men. You're not turning your back on your husband if you're a woman. You're not turning your back on the men on the corner. You're not turning your back on your brother. You're not turning your back on your sister, but you ultimately are turning your back on the Most High God, right? Let me get another precept on that. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 9. "Then Yahweh will put forth his hand and touch my mouth, and the Most High said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth." Right? So literally, the words that the men of the Lord are speaking are the words of the Most High. They're not the words of man, right? So you're not rejecting the words of man when men try to reprove you and instruct you in ways of righteousness. Now, of course, you understand that there all are false prophets that have been sent out into the world. That's why you have to filter the things out through the scriptures, right? If what brothers or sisters are instructing you to do line up with the precepts and the doctrines, then you definitely understand and know that that is the word of the Lord, and the Lord is definitely sending a warning unto you, right? Let me get one more precept and I'm gonna pass it on to the brothers. Right? Classic precepts. I'm going through the classic precepts to open up, man. Then we'll get deeper. Right? It's the book of Ezekiel. Right? Chapter 3 and verse number 17. And it reads, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel." Ezekiel is what? Another prophet, right? He's another prophet. We just went through the precepts showing that the prophets are the mouth of the Most High God. So it says what? "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel," right? Which you people are. Y'all are the Israelites, right? So the men that are warning you, the women that are warning you, they are the prophets sent, the watchmen or the watchwomen sent to warn you, right? It says what? "Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me." So once again, when people are warning you and telling you and instructing you and reproving you, they're literally giving you warning from the Most High. And a spiritual person can discern these things and understand, hey, that's the Most High. And they kind of take heed to that thing, right? Verse 18, "When I say unto the wicked," so understand that when we talk about wicked, chiefly, we're discussing the so-called white man. But this right here lets you know that Israel is known as the wicked as well when they're not keeping the commandments of the Most High God or not walking in the ordinances of the Most High God, right? "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die." So it's without a shadow of a doubt. You're going to die if you're wicked. If you're not keeping the commandments of the Most High God, you're going to die, right? "Thou shalt surely die, if thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand." So the Lord is going to require that blood at the hands of the people that knew to warn you of your wickedness and chose not to, but you're still going to die, right? Verse 19, "Yet if thou warn the wicked and he turn not from his wickedness." So what? A brother or a sister are reproving you, are instructing you, but yet you're refusing it, right? And it's not because you're refusing the words of man, as I said. You're literally refusing the warning and the words of the Most High, right? Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul, right? So you're going to die, right? Just like it says in the title, man, you're going to die. So stop refusing reproof. Stop refusing instruction, man, because it's literally coming from the Lord. Get some spiritual eyes and begin to understand that the Lord has set up men in these last days literally to warn you so that you do not die, man, right? And with that, I pass it to the next brother.
Con, brother. Good points. I'm going to start with a classic as well. It's 2 3 and 16, and it says, all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So if you're refusing instruction and reproof, you already lost the battle already. You know what I'm saying? This whole book is reproof and instruction. So if you refuse to hearken, you ultimately refusing to hearken to the Lord. Now let me get this in Proverbs real quick. Proverbs 15, and I'm gonna start at 8. And it says, Salaki, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness. Because I mean, you already know what wickedness is gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that's contrary or adverse to what the Lord tells you to do is wickedness. It's not just, like the brother brought out last night, just murder and killing and stealing, or anything like that. The 10 Commandments that y'all know of. You know what I'm saying? But verse 10 is the point. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. Because, like I just brought out, this whole book is instruction and reproof. So if you hate it, you shall die for ultimately not hearken unto the Lord. Now let me jump down on that one time, and I'm gonna pass it. Verse number, I guess I'll start at 29. Yeah, 29. And it says, the Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoiceth the heart, and a good report maketh the bones fat. The ear that heareth the ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. You gotta hear this reproof of the Lord to be considered wise. Like this word is our wisdom. You know what I'm saying? The law, statutes, and commandments is our wisdom. You're not wise if you're not hearkening unto the Lord. It's just that plain. Verse 32, he that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul. Why? Because you're gonna die if you despise instruction. But he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Because I mean, you got to come into this thing humble. You know what I'm saying? And if you will, submit yourself unto the Lord and hearken unto this, reproof and instruction, you'll be good. But if you do the contrary, then hey, you're gonna get eternal damnation. With that, I'll pass.
God, I'm gonna kick it off with the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7, because this is a precept that we bring out often, right? And when you're when someone's going into the law to reprove you of the ways that you're taking, or the mindset that you have, or the things that you've been doing, right? Psalms 19 and verse 7 says, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. And like the brother Gabar was bringing out, man, hey, if the person that you're joined unto, right, whether it be your friend, whether it be your wife, whether it be your husband, whether it be anybody, man, if they're going into the law to show you the error of your ways, man, you have to take heed of that, because that's not their own wisdom, that's not their own philosophies, right? That's not them speaking to you, man. That's the Lord speaking unto you, right? Because Gabar already brought out, that the Lord speaks through men, right? So you have to understand that if they're going into the words of the Most High God, hey, that's ordained by the Most High, man, right? It says a man's goings is of the Lord, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 23. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And how is the Lord going to make known his words, right? Because he said, turn you at my reproof, man. Hey, when these mortal men are going into the words of the almighty, powerful, most high God, man, right? That's him making his words known unto you, right? The Lord's not gonna come down off his throne and speak to you man to man to make his words known, right? Hey, the Lord's gonna speak to you through his prophets and through men, right? And it says, turn you at my reproof, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and 23. It says, for the commandment is a lamp and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from evil, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattering of the tongue of a strange woman, right? So the Lord literally made these laws, statutes, and commandments as a way of reproof to give you instruction in the way of your life, right? And there's no way in hell that the Lord is just going to get off his throne and give you the instructions, right? Because why did he say, turn you at my reproof? That means you've been going away. You've been going astray. You've been going off of the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You've been going out of the understanding that the Most High has for the way of life, right? So when he sends his prophets and men to speak unto you, thus saith the Lord, right? Not out of their own mind, not out of their own thoughts. When they go into the words of the Lord to reprove you, that's the Lord making those things known to you, man. And the Lord said that you have to turn at that reproof, right? With that, I yield.
Con, let me get this real quick, right? This is the book of Second Chronicles, right? Chapter 15 and verse 11. And it reads, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord Yahweh of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul, that whosoever would not seek the Lord Yahweh of Israel shall be put to death, whether great or small, whether man or woman. Hey, so we kind of entered into a covenant with the Lord, man. Right, and it don't matter if you're great, small, right, a man or a child. If you don't seek out the Lord, you're liable to be put to death, man. Hey, you got a target on your back, and the Lord, he sees that, right? He's in the third heaven, but he has those spiritual eyes, man. He has angels all around the world, man, reporting your acts and your works, man. Right, so right now it's the time to start hearkening on to what the Lord has been telling us since the very, beginning, man. Right, all throughout the Bible, you read about the Lord saying, we have disobeyed his laws, man. We have gone away from his ways, and we have learned the ways of the so-called heathens, man. Right? When are we going to learn the ways of the so-called Lord, man? And when we're going to hearken on to the Lord, like we hearken on to the so-called white man. When we're going to hearken on to the Lord, how we hearken on to the laws of this world, man. Right? You got some things you kind of got to think about, right? This is the book of, and this is a classic, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, right? And I'm going to go straight to verse 11, and it reads, right? And they that have loathed my law, and they have yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised me. Hey, so the Lord said, these people that loathe my law, these people who have a chance to keep it, but who choose not to, right? These people who I've given repentance, but they refuse to accept it. Let's see what the Lord's going to say. Right, verse 12. He says, the same must know it after death by pain. Hey, so the Lord said, hey, you're going to know me, right? If I've given you these things, you refuse it, I'm going to make you feel me. But how I'm going to make you do that? By pain, right? And then he goes on to say what in the next verse, right? Verse 13. And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, who the world is, and whom the world is created, man. Hey, so only the righteous is going to be saved, man. Right? The ungodly, the people who refuse to listen to the Lord, they're going to be put to death with a very grievous death, man. And, they used to have that show in the world, 1,000 Ways to Die. And they give you all these examples of ways of people being put to death. Hey, imagine the Lord, man. And he's going to have 1 billion ways to die, man. and each one is more grievous than the next, man. Right? The Lord have books up there in the third heaven, man. He have a book of war, right? He have a book of life. And he might even have a book of death, man. You know what I'm saying? He have a multitude of ways to put man in death, man. Right? So you might want to take heed unto the words, or, you know what I'm saying, risk being put to death by the Lord, man. All right, and with that, I'm going to yield the passage to the next brother.
Con, our people really got to realize this, man, these last days, man. Right? Literally taking heed to the words that men of wisdom or women of wisdom can literally be bringing unto you can literally mean life or death for you. And it's not just the death alone, man. It's literally death and then eternal damnation. And we kind of brought that up last night at camp, right? Like, do you want to die here, then be raised up and literally be a damn worker for all eternity for the rest of your life, man? You damn work your whole, not the rest of your life, for all eternity, because the Israelites won't die in the kingdom. So do you literally want to damn, work your behind off here in Babylon, die a terrible death, be raised up, die in the damn lake of fire again, and then be born again in the kingdom, and then be a damn worker for all eternity, man? While you literally watch the same people that was warning you and telling you, hey, don't go that way. Hey, don't believe that. Hey, let that understanding go. Hey, repent. You watching those same people that was telling you that literally be rulers over 10 cities, man, and got their feet kicked up on the damn so-called white man's back, man, right? Cracking their toes, man, right? Literally, man. But you a damn worker. What is worth that, man, right? It would behoove you to understand and take heed to the warning that people are giving you and take wise counsel. And not only can wise counsel save your life, but it can save life of the people you love as well. Because the Lord can destroy the people around you just to get to you, man, right? Let me get this first. It's the book of 1 Samuel, right? Chapter 8, right? And verse number 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah. Now Samuel's a prophet, right? And said unto him, behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like the nations, right? And that's the mind frame of our people. They want to have the understanding. They want to have the ways of the other nation, man. They want to do everything that the other nations do, right? So whatever Babylon sets up, that's the understanding they want to hold fast to. That's their king. That's what they want to believe in, right? Even though the Lord says, hey, those are contrary to my ways, people want to hold fast to the understanding of Babylon. And that's going to get a lot of people killed, right? But Samuel wasn't okay with that. It says what? But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High. And the Most High said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. And that's literally what a lot of our people are doing, and unknowingly, right? You're not rejecting the person that's warning you. You're not rejecting the instruction that's being given by man. You're literally rejecting the Most High. So the Most High is going to reject you in that day, man. He's literally going to reject you in that day because he set up people for you to give you understanding. He set up people for you to give you damn warnings, man. And you continue to set all his warnings and all his understanding at naught and says, I don't believe it. I don't care. Damn last night, we had a damn Jake out there, and brother was reproving a brother on smoking weed and smoking a black and mild. And the damn brother you could tell he was convicted. He even said he was convicted. He knew he needed to stop after the scriptures came out. He said it, right? And that's like a lot of people. You hear the scriptures coming out. You're being pricked. You're being convicted. Yet you're so stiff-necked and so stubborn that you won't put it down, man. You won't put down that bad understanding you have. You won't put down that stiff-neckedness, man. And that's the same thing the brother did last night. He said he was convicted, said he needed to stop, but still walked off with the blunt and the black and mild, man. And a lot of y'all are still walking off with the bad understanding, still walking off with the other sins that people are telling you to cast off of you, still walking off with the understanding that Babylon is giving you, man. And the Lord is going to kill you for that. The Lord is not okay for that, man, right? Let me get another precept. It's the book of 1 Chronicles, right? Because I said what? I said the Lord won't only just kill you, but he literally can kill the people you love. It's the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 21, right? And I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to jump down. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. Understand, the person that's keeping you stiff-necked, the person that's keeping you from hearkening to instruction is Satan. So that's who you're ultimately worshiping and giving into whenever you decide not to take instruction. You're giving into Satan. He's the one provoking you, right, to go against the way of the Lord. He is that adversary, man, right? Verse 2, and David said unto Joab and to the rulers of the people, go number Israel for Bathsheba, even to Dan, and bring the number of them to me, that I may know it. And Joab answered, the Most High make his people 100 times so many more as they be. But my lord the king, are they not all my Lord's servants? Why then doeth the Lord require this thing? Why will he be a cause of a trespass to Israel? Right? So he's getting instruction right now from Joab. And Joab is instructing him through wisdom. Hey, man, the Lord, hey, he make us more than every time we go to war. He make us much more than what our number actually is, man. Don't start to count the people, because now you're trusting in the people instead of the Lord. That's what Joab is getting at to David. But instead, David does what? Let's see. Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab. Wherefore, Joab departed and went throughout all of Israel and came to Jerusalem. So he didn't listen to the instruction. He didn't listen to the counsel. Just like a lot of our people, they don't listen to the instruction. They don't listen to the counsel. Hey, we kind of tell them, we show them in the scriptures. They kind of see it. They know better, right? Just like David knew better, right? But what? Their word prevails against the word of the Lord, and they continue to walk in that sin. And let's see what happened, right? I'm going to jump down, right, to verse. Let's see. 7. And Yahweh was displeased with this thing. Therefore, he smote Israel. And David said unto Yahweh, I have sinned greatly because I have done this thing. But now I beseech thee, do away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. And Yahweh spake unto Gad, David's seer, saying, go and tell David, saying, thus saith the Most High, I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David and said unto him, thus saith Yahweh, choose thee either 3 years of famine, or 3 months to be destroyed before thy foes, while that sword of thine enemies overtaketh thee, or else 3 days, the sword of the Lord, even pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Most High destroying throughout all the coast of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself what word I shall bring again to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in a strait. Let me fall now into the hand of the Most High, for great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hand of men. So the Most High sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. So literally 70,000 of our people died simply because David did not take reproof, simply because David refused correction, man. So the Lord literally can kill all the people around you just because you didn't take a reproof, just because you didn't take correction, man. The Lord can literally do that to you, man. Right? And people don't understand that. When they damn mamas die, when they damn grandmamas die, right? When they damn kids die, and so on and so forth. Hey, the Lord is judging not only them, but he's judging you, man. He's judging you. And the Lord can, hey, look at your mama if you got a mama right now, man, and say, is it worth it? Look at your dad if you got a daddy and say, is it worth it, man? Because the Lord can take your people out of this thing because of your wickedness, man. Because you don't want to take heed to doctrine. Because you don't want to take reproof, man. With that, I yield to pass to the next brother.
Con. Go ahead.
All right, Con. My dang connection messing up. Yeah, it booted me out. But I was gonna go with Ezekiel 20. I'm gonna start at verse 3. And it says, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel. Now, of course, you know, he's telling Ezekiel, you know what I'm saying, one of his prophets to spread the word to the people of Israel. But he come to the elders because this is chiefly who we are to get our understanding from, you know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, our elders are finished. A lot of them don't have no type of understanding, but in these days, we would go to our elders for some understanding. So he told them, speak unto the elders and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, are ye come to inquire of me as I live, saith the Lord God, I will not be inquired of by you. Wilt thou judge them, son of man, wilt thou judge them? Cause them to know the abominations of their fathers. So this is him trying to, you know, give some type of reproof to them. You know what I'm saying? And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, in the day when I chose Israel and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up mine hand unto them, saying, I am the Lord your God. And that day I lifted up mine hand unto them to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them. Now, I mean, of course, this is obviously going into the account of Egypt, but we know, via curses that any time that we as a nation don't hearken unto the words of the Lord, that, we're damn near not, I was about to say cast away, for lack of better words. Like, basically, these judgments come upon us, these curses come upon us, you know what I'm saying? And we got to deal with it. This is a reoccurring process. So, verse 7, then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. But what they do? Did they hearken? Let's see. It says, but they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abomination of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. So this situation, when they did not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, which he tried to come and reprove them and give them instructions, they end up forsaking them, rebelling against him, and then he had to pour out wrath and fury unto them. So if you're doing that in these days, how much more you think is going to happen to you, especially since we're in the end of the world and they say there's not going to be nothing like unto it before that done happen. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking at what happened in Egypt, or if you even look at our slavery, what happened when we was in slavery, and you like, damn, I don't even see how they went through that. If I was in that, I would have rebelled, you know what I'm saying? I would have started an uprising, which you probably would not have, you know what I'm saying? But if you think that's bad, how much more, like I said, the latter days. Now, I'm gonna get another account that's likened to it. It's Psalm 81, and I'm gonna start at 10. It says, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. This is them not hearkening, not listening, not taking no reproof. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. You know what I'm saying? They went, uh, after, leaning on their own understanding, going after their own lust. It says, oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. So he, and it got an exclamation point after this. Like he wished that we would listen to him. He don't want this evil to befall us. It says, verse 14, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. It says their time should have endured forever. You know what I'm saying? They ultimately didn't submit to the Lord or, listen to none of his reproof. So they're not going to get everlasting life. They're not going to obtain the kingdom. That's why their time should have endured forever. But with that, I pass.
Gone, right? I'm gonna get in there, right? This is the book of Proverbs, right? Chapter. This is Proverbs. Go ahead, Zahar.
You got it, King.
This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 23. It says what? Buy the truth and sell it not. Also, wisdom and instruction and understanding. So the Lord is commanding us to kind of buy wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And he said, buy the truth, right? And we know through the precept that the truth is the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, so you got to be doing everything you can to obtain this thing. You know what I'm saying? In the world, sometimes, in the world, let's say you were looking for a certain brand of shoe, and you'll kind of go online, look up for that shoe, find out what store it's in, then drive to that store, man. And if they don't got it, then you go to another store, and then another store. And you got to kind of do the same thing with the truth, man. Right? You read something in the passage, you don't understand, hey, let's go to another book. Hey, let's go to another book, man. Hey, let me find a precept, another precept, man. Hey, just like you buy the truth, just like you buy the things of this world, you got to kind of purchase this truth, man. And the Lord says, sell it not, right? Right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproof of instruction are the ways of life. Hey, man, so to be reproved and instruction, that's the ways of life, man. The Lord said, do nothing without counsel, man. Right? So you'll be a very wise man to look up, get counsel, man. Not if you don't have a congregation, hey, you'll be a wise man to get counsel for your forefathers, man. Hey, these are the chambers, man. This is where our mother dwells, man. Our mother is wisdom, right? This is where she dwells at, man. And you kind of got to go talk to the brother Job, man. Hey, go talk to the brother Yahweh Shah, man. Hey, go talk to Paul, man. Hey, kind of dive in here and see what Solomon got to say to you, man. Right? All of these stuff is reproof of instruction, man. That's how you correct yourself in these last days, man. And it's soon, very soon, Lord willing, hey, there's going to be a drought in this land, right? And you won't be able to find the men of the Lord nowhere, man. You won't be able to find them on the highways and byways. You won't be able to knock on their door, right? They won't be on YouTube giving out living waters, man. Hey, they're going to be in the wilderness, man. And all hell is going to be breaking loose. So it would be a wise thing for you to get these words locked within your inward parts before all hell breaks loose, man. Because this is what's going to sustain you in these last days, man. Right? Khan, I'll pass it to the next brother.
Khan, I'm going to kick it off with the book of Psalms chapter 133 and verse 1. It says, behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity, right? Hey, so like Malachi 3:16 says, they that feared the Lord spake often, man. Dwelling with your brethren, right? And we know that Yahweh Shai told us who our brethren was, man. Those who do the will of the Most High God, man. Dwelling with your brethren, hey, the Lord said, hey, how good and how pleasant is it, right? So that means what? Hey, if you're dwelling with your brethren in unity, right? And we bring this out for unity council, right? But hey, when you're dwelling with your brethren in unity, that means that you're taking heed unto the understanding that the Lord is sending forth to you, man. You're taking heed to the things that's being brought out by the words of the Most High God, right? Because we know that it's a law to what? Hey, that you have to rebuke your neighbor, man, and not suffer sin upon them, right? Hey, that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Everybody, hey, you got to stop thinking that you're damn perfect and the only one that can reprove you is the Most High God, man, right? Hey, your brother can reprove you, thus saith the Lord, man. Going into the scriptures, right? Showing you where you're going off at, man. Right? This is the book of Cyrex, chapter 25 and verse 1. It says, in three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before Yahweh and men, the unity of brethren. And there it is again, man. Like I said, man, speaking often to those who fear the Lord in unity, man. Right? When they're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, hey, if you or your brother has to reprove each other, man, that's thus saith the Lord, and that's a law that the Lord commanded, right? Reading on, it says the love of neighbors, man. Hey, that's loving your neighbor, man. Bringing forth rebuke and reproof of instruction to make him better in the eyes of the Most High, and understanding that you have to receive the same thing as well, man. You can't just damn try to reprove a brother, give brothers instructions, go into the scriptures, break it down for them, tell them what they're doing to go off. And then when your brother brings a fault to you and shows you where you're going off, you kind of say, well, nah. No, brother, it goes both ways, man. Right? A prideful men like that aren't going to make it in these last days because they don't want to hearken and take heed to the things that the Lord is bringing out to them, man. Whether the brother that's bringing them the understanding has the understanding of an elder or the understanding of a babe, man. Hey, the Lord can put that spirit upon anybody to warn you, man. Anybody, man. Right? It says what? In three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before Yahweh and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together, man. So hey, in these times that you're walking, right, you have to find yourself men, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they just have to be in the truth, man. Right? Hey, you got some brothers in the truth that are afraid to rebuke you, man. You got brothers in the truth that hold their tongue, right? They hold their peace, man. So what? When it says brethren that dwell in unity, man, hey, you gotta find some brothers that you know isn't gonna afraid to say, hey, brother, you going off, man. You gotta find brothers that you know aren't afraid to go into the scriptures and give you the understanding that the Lord has ordained, man. You can't just dwell with damn yes men, whether they got fringes on them or not, right? You got to dwell with people that are going to reprove you, because in the end, that's nothing but the Most High God making you better and better and righteous in his eyes, man. And with that, I yield.
Right? And like you know, like the brother said, man, a lot of our people, they had this pride on them, man. And that's what have them so stiff-necked, right? They don't want to be told nothing. And they believe in their mind, literally, that no man can rule over them. But they don't understand that the Lord has set up men to instruct you, right? To lead you in the path of righteousness, right? It's not about somebody ruling over you. Stop looking at it that way. Look at it for what it is. The Lord has sent watchmen, man, to warn you of your wickedness, man, right? And you got to take heed to those watchmen, lest you die and your own blood be upon you, man, right? Let me get an account. It's the book of Numbers, right? Chapter 16. I'm going to start at 16. I'm going to jump around a little bit. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 16, right? And verse number 1. Now, Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and of the sons of Pelab, sons of Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And that's what a lot of our people say. Man, who are you to tell me I'm going off? Hey, who are you to reprove me? Hey, who are you to tell me that the Lord is going to put me to death? Hey, who are you going to do? Hey, you're not my judge. The Lord is the only judge, man. No, man. The Lord has raised up men to warn you so you don't have to face that judgment he's going to give you, man. That's the whole point, man. But you rather be judged by the Most High for your wickedness. That means that you don't fear the Most High. Because I would much rather a man reprove me for my wickedness than wait for the Lord to judge me for my wickedness, man. I would much rather learn I'm going to hell off and correct it than damn wait for the Most High to damn chastise me or put me to death, man. That's foolish, man. Just like these men are foolish. Who are you to raise up above us, right? So I'm going to read on. Right, I'm going to jump to verse 10. And he had brought thee near to him and all the brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram and the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. Right? Hey, so they rebelling. The same thing a lot of y'all do, man. You damn rebel, right? The Lord set up a man and he's telling you what to do, and you damn rebel, man. Right? And Moses spoke to the Lord face to face, man. Well, not literally face to face, but you know what I'm saying, man. He heard from the Lord at his mouth, man. Right? And they still didn't want to hear it. How much more so the average Israelite from a man like myself, or a man like Zahar, or a man like Potawatomi, or a man like Jamaica, man? They don't want to hear it. They got the who the hell are you spirit, man. And let's see what happened to those men, right? Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders in Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, for the tents of these wicked men, and touching nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. And he said, don't even touch their things, right? So they get up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, and every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Most High have sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Most High have not sent me. But if Yahweh make thee a new thing, the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all there appertain unto them, that they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Most High. And it came to pass, as he had made the end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. All this because they didn't want to damn be told anything, man. All this because they didn't want somebody to quote unquote lord over them, man. Them and their families, as I said before. Hey, what the little children do? What did the wives do? So the Lord can kill you and your families simply because you're rebellion and you ain't want to listen to the men that the Lord set up, man. Because you fathom in your head that your own way is more righteous than the Lord's, man. Your own, because that's what you're saying. Because when people are going into the scriptures and saying, hey, this is what the Lord expects of you. Hey, this is what the Lord wants you to do. Hey, this is the ordinance of the Lord. Hey, this is the way the Lord wants us to live. And you kind of turn your back on it. Hey, it's not talking about me. A lot of our people got that spirit too. It ain't really talking about me. We bring it out, well, you're going to be put to death. Yeah, it ain't talking about me. It kind of shake their head like, yeah. Brother is talking about you. Sister is talking about you. You're going to die. Like, you don't get it, but you're spiritually blind. That's the problem. That's Isaiah 6 and 10. You can't get it. You can't decipher and discern that it's literally talking about you and your wickedness. You and your stiff-neckedness, man. Right? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 35, right? And verse 2. Go into the house of the Rechabites and speak unto them and bring them into the house of the Most High, into the chambers, and give them wine to drink. Then I took Jezaniah, the son of Jeremiah, the son of Hazaniah, and his brethren and all his sons, and the whole house of the Rechabites. I'm going to jump down. Verse 5. And I set before the sons of the house the Rechabites pots full of wine and cups, and I said unto them, drink ye wine. But they said, we will not drink no wine, for Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, commanded us, saying, ye shall drink no wine, neither ye nor your sons forever. Neither shall ye build houses, or sow seed, nor plant vineyards, nor have any. But all the days ye dwell in the tents, that ye may live many days in the land where ye buy your strangers. Jump into verse 14. The words of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, that he commanded his sons not to drink wine, are performed. For unto this day they drink none, but obey their father's commandment. Notwithstanding, I have spoken unto you rising early and speaking, but ye hearken not unto me. And that's our people. Hey, you'll listen to your earthly father. Hey, if your earthly father tell you something, and you kind of hold on to that thing, man. But the Lord raises up prophets like Jeremiah, like the men you see on this screen, and they bring you the same commandments from the Lord, telling you the way to follow, and you hearken not. Right? Reading on. I have sent also unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now every man from his evil way, and amend your doings, and go not after other gods to serve them, and ye shall dwell in the land which I have given to you and your fathers. But ye have not inclined your ear to hearken unto me. So you're not listening to the Lord when the prophets are warning you. You're not listening to the Lord when we say, hey, the ways of Babylon are death. Hey, stop living in that understanding. Hey, put that behind you. You're not listening to, you're not disobeying us. You're disobeying the Lord. And it says what? Because the sons of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, have performed the commandment of their father, which he commanded them, but this people have not hearkened unto me. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, power of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will bring upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem all the evil that I have pronounced against them, because I have spoken unto them, but they have not heard. And I have called unto them, but they have not answered. So the Lord is speaking unto you, man, through his men, just like Jeremiah, and you have not heard. He calling unto you through his men, just like Jeremiah, but you will not answer. You kind of call screening the Lord. Hey, men bringing out the precepts, you kind of ignore. In one ear and out the other, spirit, man. And the Lord not dealing with that. Let me get one more. It's the book of Luke, chapter 10, right? And verse number 16. He that heareth you, heareth me. Right? So when you hear the words of the Lord at the mouth of the men of the Lord, you hearing Yahweh Shai. Right? You're listening to Yahweh Shai. It says what? And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. So when you despise the words that's being brought out, you despise instruction, you despise reproof, you're despising Yahweh Shai, man. You're not despising the men, you're despising Yahweh Shai, man. What do you think he's going to do to you, man? What do you think he's going to do to you for despising him? Right? Reading on. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me. So if you despise Yahweh Shai, you despising Yahweh. So go ahead. Say it out your mouth again. Right? Only the Lord can judge you. Say it again. And we'll see what that judgment will be. And with that, I yield.
Okay, I was just gonna pull one of the classes to touch on what you was talking about. These brothers following their own mind and their own heart. It's Cyrex 5:2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride, because you was going exactly into that for these prideful individuals. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's a lot on that, but I'll just jump down to the point. Verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security, in your pride, you know what I'm saying, in your pride, and you following at your own mind, leaning on your own understanding, what's going to happen? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So that's what you got coming to you if you don't want to, hearken unto the Lord. I got another one in Cyrex real quick, another classic. Cyrex 32:17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. So that's somebody going off their own vain opinion, you know what I'm saying, and not fully hearkening unto the Lord. They will not be reproved. They're gonna, live in sin. Like they, that's what they own. All right. I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs. It's Proverbs 12 from the top. It says, whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, and he that hateth reproof is brutish. Now what is brutish? I got the damn definition pulled up right here. It says insensible, stupid. What else it got? Ignorant, uncivilized, untaught. You know what I'm saying? If you won't accept reproof from the Lord, then you are an ignorant, insensible, stupid individual. You know what I'm saying? Because what do you got coming to you in your latter end? Like you're finished. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept this reproof. Verse 2, a good man obtain a favor of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. And if you are wicked devices, that's ultimately a man unto sin, or going off adverse from the word of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be condemned. I got one more and I'm going to pass it, because it's tying into what I'm talking about. This Proverbs 10:16. It says, the labor of the righteous tendeth to life. You know what I'm saying? That's that, of course, that everlasting life. It's not dealing with the number of years that you lived on this earth, because there's ultimately people that done lived to be 100 that was wicked their whole life. You know what I'm saying? So when it's talking about their life, it's talking about that life everlasting. So the labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof, error. You're going off if you sitting up here refusing reproof. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I don't even need to expound on that. I'll pass it to the brother.
All right, Con, let me get in there, right? This is the book Salakia. I kind of got something loaded, man. So this is the book of Cyrex, chapter 7 to verse 11, man. It says what? Wisdom is good with inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that not. For wisdom is a defense, money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Hey, wisdom will give you life, man. Hey, wisdom gets you the kingdom. Hey, wisdom, it gets you mercy, mercy of the Lord, man. It's a lot. Wisdom gives you the mercy of the Lord, man. By what? You keeping the commandments and you hearken on to that what's right and true, right? And like the brother Gabar was bringing out, hey, there's men that the Lord has ordained to give counsel, man, right? And just to give you an example of it, right? This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of Yahweh, right? So, hey, this man he had so much wisdom given unto him by the Lord. It was like he was getting words fed from one of the men of the Lord, man. And he was doing so that's proof that the Lord give men wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and judgment, right, to let people know where they're going off, man, right. So it's very important to hearken on to the words that you hear, right, even whether it be from a heathen or not, man, right, because the Lord can grab up any man, woman, or child and have to say something to you, and it's in the spirit, man, and man would not perceive, right. Right? This is the book of Proverbs, the book of Salaki, the book of Matthew, chapter 23, and I'm going to start at verse 30, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Hey, if people know that Jeremiah was a prophet, that Isaiah was a prophet, right, that David was a prophet. Why? Because it's written in the scriptures, man. But they don't perceive that they're living in those exact same days, man. That they are their fathers, man. Right? And that the men of the Lord, the prophets of the Lord, are on the highways and byways, man. They see them as niggas, right? As black boys, as spics, right? The same thing they seen us as when we was in back in the ancient times, man. Right? The same thing you look at now is the same thing that went on in the scriptures, right? And it reads what? Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers, right? Let me jump down real quick, right? Verse 34. Wherefore behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. Hey, the same way they was killing the prophets of the Lord in the ancient times, in the time of Ahaz, right? It's the same thing they're doing now, man. And soon they're gonna start rounding up the prophets of the Lord and putting them in those courts, man. Hey, you was saying this. Hey, you're speaking hate speech. Hey, you might be a terrorist prophesying the downfall of America. Right. All the things that's happened before, it shall happen again, man. And a lot of these people, they're going to be caught slipping, right? Because the Lord is going to question them and ask them on that day, why didn't you hearken on to the voice of the prophets, the men that I put on those highways and byways? Couldn't you see that they were my men? Hey, they was keeping up with the scriptures, man. They was able to rightfully divide the words of truth. Hey, they had their fringes on, man. Hey, they was calling upon my name, man. Can't you see by their works, their fruits, that these were men of the Lord, right? And so you're gonna have to answer that in that thing, right? And with that, I'm gonna pass to the next king.
Gone, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get the book of Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, my son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion and that thy lips may keep knowledge. So, hey, you literally have to attend your ear. You have to bow thine ear unto the understanding of the Lord, man, and attend your ear unto wisdom, right? Because the Lord said what in the book of Proverbs, the first chapter? He said, for verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. So if you don't attend unto wisdom and bow your ear, right, unto the understanding of the Lord, right, you're ultimately saying that you hate knowledge, right? And that you're choosing not to fear the Most High God, right? And he said, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. You despised the instruction that the Lord gave you. The Lord said what? Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. And the Lord's literally going to tell you, man, in that day to save your damn self, man, right? Because he's giving you the instructions right now on how to be saved by the hand of the Most High God, man. Because that's the only one who's going to be able to save in these last days, right? You're not going to be able to save yourself, right? All of these damn philosophies and doctrines that you have, build a damn bunker, store up food, all of these things, right? Buy 1,000 guns, and you got a damn 6x6 Jeep ready for damn doomsday, man. Hey, all of these things are not going to save you in these last days unless it be the hand of the Lord, man. And the Lord is only saving those who are seeking and attaining his wisdom, man. Right? Hey, Proverbs chapter 4 says, hear ye children the instruction of a father and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine forsake ye not my law. Right? So you can't forsake the Most High's law when brothers are reproving you, man. Right? That's a part of the law, right? Rebuke thy neighbor. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, man. That's a part of the law. And you're despising the law when you refuse to take heed to those words, man. Jumping down, it says wisdom is the principal thing. You have to literally understand that you're not the only one with wisdom, man. That the Lord has given wisdom to other men, right? He's done this to the nation of Israel, right? That's pride and boastful to not obtain to wisdom from other brothers because you feel like you have all of the wisdom, man. You're not the Most High God, right? It says wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. It didn't say that once you think that you're wise, you have all of the wisdom. It says, therefore, get wisdom, man. That means you have to continuously get wisdom, man, right? Whether it be via the scriptures or through your brethren, man. You have to obtain your ear unto that wisdom, man, and understand that the Lord is the one who has given you this light and this lamp, man. Right? Hey, you might have your damn light, you might be shining it, right? We might be walking through the wilderness, and I got my flashlight on, and for 7 miles, my flashlight works, right? And then my flashlight dies, right? The brother behind me has to turn his flashlight on. We can't say, well, no, we got to use my flashlight, and that's the only one that works. We'll just go through the darkness till I find batteries. Man, you have to use the lamp that the Most High gave you. And you may be holding the lamp at one time, and then the next brother might have to hold the lamp. And you might be in the darkness, man. You got to understand that this is a thing dealing with a nation and not just you, man. Brothers got to let go of their pride, right? But with that, I yield.
Come on, let me get in there, right? It's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36, right? And verse number 15. And Yahweh, power of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up bedtimes and sending, because he had compassion upon his people and on his dwelling place, right? So the Lord has set up men, right? Set up men and sent men early in the mornings, right? Late in the evenings, right? In the afternoon, right? Because he has compassion upon you, man, right? He's literally sent these men to warn you, and that's his compassion, man, that you don't be put to death, right? It says what? Verse number 16. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh. You're not my God. Who are you? You can't tell me what to do, right? You can't judge me, right? You don't know what God's going to do. That's mocking the messengers of Yahweh, man. And that's what our people do. You mock. You refuse the instruction, man. You refuse the reproof, man, by mocking, by saying, hey, what you can't tell me what to do. You don't know what's going to happen to me, right? This is what? But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words. So you're despising the Lord's words, man, not man's word. It's all throughout the scriptures. You're despising the Lord's words, man, right? And people think just because they don't say it out their mouth, right, that they don't believe or say it out their mouth that they're despising the words of the Lord, that it's not going to be counted against them, that that's what they're doing. If you don't take heed to the reproof, if you don't take heed to the correction, if you don't change your ways, right, if you don't change your thought process, then you're literally despising the words of the Lord, man, right? And misused his prophets until the wrath of the Most High rose up against the people till there was no remedy, man, right? And that's what's going to happen in the last days, man. The wrath of the Most High is going to be against you, and there's going to be no remedy, man. Ain't going to be no remedy, man. It says what? Therefore, he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon the young man or maiden or old man or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hand. And the Lord is going to give them all into the hand of the destroyer in that day as well, man. Same way he did right here, man. He's going to give them all to the hand of the destroyer. It said what? It says the young men, right? It says what? The young man, the maiden. So yes, you women, y'all are going to get slain too, man. Y'all the ones that don't believe y'all going to get slain. Y'all going to get slain too, man. It's talking about you too, right? And it says, and the old man, your granddaddy going to get slain. Your damn daddy going to get slain, man. Right? And it says what? Or him that stoop for age. Hey, it don't matter if grandpa got a damn cane and kind of scooting along, man. The Lord gonna slay him too, man, if he wicked, man. It don't matter, man. Right? Another precept, man. It's the book of Ezekiel. I'm sick of playing with Jake, man. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 2. And it says, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land and he blow the trumpet and warn the people. And that's what we do, man. We damn blowing the trumpet and we damn warning you. Hey, man, the Lord is going to destroy Babylon. Hey, man, World War III is coming. Hey, man, the famine is coming. Hey, man, pestilence is coming. We're literally warning our people, man. When you hear these people, when you sitting down with a brother, or you get on the phone with a brother, or you damn walking by and you got people on the highways and hedges, and they're warning you of the things that are coming and telling you, hey, you gotta take heed to the book wholeheartedly, not partially, man. Partially is still gonna get you destroyed, right? A little bit is still gonna get you destroyed. 90% is still gonna get you destroyed, man. 50% is gonna get you destroyed. 98% gonna get you destroyed, man. The Lord not dealing with the damn condom percentages, man. 99.3% chance of protection. Nah, man. You ain't got no protection if you ain't 100% in with the Most High. Right? Let me get one more precept on that. Right? Let me get the book of Jeremiah. Oh, so let me finish that out. It says what? Right? It set him up for a watchman. If when he see the sword come upon the land and he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, you hear the words of the Most High, right? And taketh not warning, right? You refuse it. You hear the trumpet, but you like, nah, ain't nothing coming. Nah, ain't no war coming. Nah, ain't no pestilence, man. Nah, the Lord ain't gonna put me to death, man, right? And taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Hey, so your blood is upon your own head, man, because the Lord had compassion on you, as we read in 2 Chronicles, man, to send you a man or men or a woman or women, right, to literally warn you, to literally give you his words, and you despised his words. Why? Because you're stiff-necked and you're stuck in your own way. Why? Because you believe that your way supersedes the way of the Most High, man. You believe that, hey, the Lord ain't going to do it to you, man, right? It's the book of Jeremiah, last precept. Right? The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, right? In verse 28. And it says, but where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Right? Hey, so where's your God, man, in the time of your trouble? That's what the Lord is going to ask you, man. When you didn't want to take heed to his words because your word superseded your word and your understanding, superseded the word and the understanding of the Most High. When all hell breaks loose, that's what he's going to say, man. Well, since you're a God, since you're who you worship, right? Hey, save your damn self. I ain't going to save you, right? That's what's going to happen to a lot of our people because they think their word is above the Most High, meaning they believe that they are above the Most High, man. And the Lord ain't dealing with that spirit, man. So, hey, somebody better hearken unto this damn video, man. Hey, the Lord put the spirit on brothers to do these videos for a reason, man. It's somebody out there that got to hear this video and need to turn from their stiff neck, man. And with that, I'm going to yield and let brothers get their closing precepts.
All right, Khan. So, you got to hearken, you know what I'm saying, going into what brother Zahar was bringing out. Because, whether it's, Salakia, whether it's, the laws, statutes, commandments, ordinances, what's going to befall you in the latter end, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to the times, whatever, it's all wisdom. It's all reproof for instruction on how to live and how to get your life together. So, when he was bringing out, like, wisdom is the principal thing in Proverbs 4, you got to get wisdom. It very much so is. So, and, according to this same chapter, Wisdom of Solomon 7 is the mother of us all. That's verse 12. But I'm going to verse 24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. That's why I say, you know, wisdom has been here since the beginning of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's the breath of the power of Yahweh. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her? So I mean, if you're defiled, you're not going to enter into wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And you're ultimately going to be destroyed because you have to follow the Lord's reproof and instruction in order to obtain the kingdom. It's point blank, period. Verse 26, for she is the brightness of her everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahweh, and the image of his goodness. So I mean, if you're following after wisdom, you're ultimately, you know what I'm saying, mirroring the Most High, you know what I'm saying, with your works. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the works that he would liken you unto having, you know what I'm saying? Everything that proceedeth out of this book, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're ultimately mirroring the Lord's. Like I'm butchering that. Verse 27. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. Because I mean, at one point in time, ain't now one of us perfect. We was all wicked at some point in time, but she made us new. We're a whole new vessel, a whole new, you know, individual in the Word and in the Lord. And in all ages, entering into holy souls. Because I mean, even Zahar, he was bringing it out like about a month or so ago. It was like, what was they, like 10 years old or something like that? It don't matter what age you is. If you are hearkening unto the word, the Lord will bring you up. Like it was some kings that was what, 8, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? It was some righteous men in the scriptures, like from that was given unto the Lord from day one. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it doesn't matter your age. Where I leave off. Yeah, so and in all ages enter into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahweh and prophets. If you friends of Yahweh and you friend of prophets, apparently you're moving righteously. You know what I'm saying? But here's the point. For Yahweh loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. If you're not dwelling according to wisdom and you're a brutish individual, you know what I'm saying, and you're not living according to this word, like you're gonna end up seeing some sort of eternal damnation or destruction. You know what I'm saying? So I mean I had more, but you said closing precept, so I'm gonna let the brothers get their others they closing precept.
God, right? I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 5, and verse 21. For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. And that's plain, man. The Lord said, if you don't want to receive instruction, hey, you're gonna die without your instruction, man. And it's that simple, man. Right? Brothers got it.
Right? This is the book, Salakia, of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 12. And it reads, right? And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. Amen. So every man's going to receive it according to your works. So if you don't want to hearken unto the Lord, you're going to get the punishment of the ungodly. Right? If you don't want to hearken on the counsel, you're going to get the punishment of the ungodly. Man. If you refuse, absolutely refuse to humble yourself down, put away your pride, and hear words from somebody else's mouth, you're going to be destroyed in this thing. But what? If you hear the words of the Lord, if you hearken unto the counsel of the Lord, and if you listen to the men that you know that are keeping the commandments of the Lord, then you might have right to the tree of life. Right? And with that, I'm going to pass it on to the next thing.
Right? Hey, Lord willing, somebody was edified, man. Right? Let me get this last one, and then we're gonna close out. Right? It's the book of Job, chapter 36, right? And verse number 12. And it says what? But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge, man. And that's plain. So you don't obey, you're gonna perish by the sword, and you're gonna die without knowledge, man. So Lord willing, somebody was edified or will be edified in the coming days, right? Lord willing, everybody has a mighty rest of their Sabbath. You know, with that, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.